All right, well, hello everyone, and welcome back to another video. So, it has been a while since we've done any, old school Johnny Lightning stuff, and to be honest with you guys, I've been sitting on these for, gosh, almost since November. I've had these just waiting to open them, and it's really, really cool stuff. I keep getting other stuff that I want to open first, and these keep getting rotated to the back. But first up, we have a showstopper, or one of the showstoppers. This guy is from 1999. As you can see there, you'll have to excuse the big bruise on my finger there. I smashed my finger at work. We have seen a couple of these showstoppers before. The Hearst Harry Olds, the LA Dart, and then over on the case right over there, it's actually just out of frame, but the other Dodge A100 that I have, the Hemi Express, the orange one, is over there. So we'll pull that one down when we open this guy up. Do a little comparison. They're pretty much the same casting, just different paint jobs. Next up, these are a new series for me. Actually, no, they're not. I do have, right here is a Hot Rod from the Hot Rod series, I believe. And I have a Monte Carlo up there as well. But anyway, these Hot Rods, I don't have a lot of this series. What is it? Authentic replicas of real street rods. Really, really cool stuff. This is a 1927 T Roadster, or T Bucket, as they're more commonly known. Actually, no. That's a T Bucket, right? Yeah, that's a T Bucket. Right, the T Roadster has the little trunk. Really cool stuff. I love old hot rods like this. We'll check out the 23 T Bucket. So when I was in trade school, we built T buckets in hot rod class. We built small block Chevys and put them in little T buckets and ran them on the dyno. I think my group, our motor made somewhere around like 300 horsepower, just straight on pump gas, and then on the bottle it made, I think, like 410 or something. We hit them with nitrous, and our motor stayed together. Our group was the only motor that stayed together on nitrous. Everybody else blew their heads off and whatnot. Blew intake manifold gaskets, things like that. Well, here, we'll check out the last hot rod here. 1932 Ford Highboy. These are all Fords, by the way. The T Roadster, the T Bucket, and the 32 Highboy. These are all Ford platforms, if I'm not mistaken. Another really cool one, another one with flames. I love, love, love old school hot rod flames. These are the kinds of cars that, you know, flames look good on stuff like this. Next up, we've got two more cars from the Willys Gassers series. Now, we have seen this series only once before with this guy right here. Hot Rod Willys. This was Steve Castelli. Yeah. Do I have a card for this one? There was a little card that came with this. Yeah, there it is there. I'll pull that down real quick. There you go. This was the 41 Willys. Owner Steve Castelli, yes. And then I do have a Street Freaks Willys pickup truck here as well. This is not part of the Willys Gasser series. This is actually a pretty recent release too. But without getting too sidetracked here. So yeah, we have two more. We've got the All-American Willys, Bob Grimm. Doesn't really say what year make or anything like that. But it looks very, very similar to the 33 Willys right here. This is Terry Langdon Davies, 1933 Willys. Those actually look like they might be the same casting. I think they are. It's interesting. They've got the little hood scoops on them. This one has a kind of a different hood scoop. I think they both look like 33 Willys, or like relatively the same year. Anyway, I'm rambling on too much. Let's start opening some stuff up. We'll start off with the showstopper here, the Thunder Wagon, the Dodge Thunder Wagon. Go ahead and get this guy cracked open. So real quick before I forget, I did get a new display case. We've got a 50 car case here. Yeah, just some update on the channel there. Because I am running out of space at an alarming rate over here. That's full, that's full. This little shelf is essentially full. Both of those are full to the point that there's cars stacked on top of them. My walls are getting full. This is something that I kind of didn't want you guys to see, but now I'm realizing that you're going to see it anyway. But those I received recently, kind of a more for me decorative thing. But they are different stages of the 58 Plymouth Fury from the movie Christine. They're all three of them are Auto World. So you've got the mid restoration there. That was the burned to a crisp after it Christine smashed up Buddy Repperton's Camaro and ran him over, set him on fire. And then there is Christine all healed up with the windows tinted out, just like in the movie. If you remember, the windows are always blacked out when she goes out to kill people. Until the end, Arnie is in the car with the blacked out windows. But when Arnie's driving, she usually has not tinted windows. So, but that was kind of just a more for me thing. I didn't really make much of a video of that or anything. But, I mean, let me know. I can, we can certainly do a video about them. But anyway, yeah. That is my new display case up there above the airplane shelf. And I've got a couple more planes up there just hanging out. So, back to our Thunder Wagon here. I'm going to bring this lamp over and I'm going to tilt that one that way because I've got some weird shadowy stuff going on here. Jeez. Anywho. Yes, here's our Dodge Thunder Wagon. This is a mid-60s Dodge A100 pickup truck, although it probably doesn't say much as far as the year on the base. The base doesn't tell us anything. I do have the wheelie stand already tucked in there because I love these little wheelie stands. I think they're hilarious. 1997 playing Mantis. There you go. Yeah, it doesn't really tell you year, make, or model or anything, but these are really, really cool. I'll go ahead and grab the lift and pull over my other A100 showstopper so we can take a look at both of them real quick. This was, I featured this a few videos back. This is the Hemi Express Dodge A100 showstopper that also has a wheelie stand underneath that is flying out. We'll deal with that later. But anywho, our Thunder Wagon. So I do have quite a few of these different Johnny Lightning exhibition cars. Basically what these are just like little wheelie machines. They would go to, big drag races. You would have kind of like a halftime show where trucks like this or cars like this would just wheelie down the drag strip. They do a whole quarter-mile on the back axle. You can see it's rear-mounted engine in there. He's got the tailgate down for his parachute. That's a pretty cool detail. Headers sticking out of the side there look really neat. Also, another thing about these you'll notice is the driver sits in the very center. It's pretty much just a body on a roll cage there. Not really much of a truck anymore. Very, very cool stuff though. I like this thing a lot. And I may have to put this, move my other Hemi Express so that I can put these two together on the shelf. That would look really cool together. Very, very cool stuff. So let's take a look at our card real quick because that does have a very cool picture of the actual Thunder Wagon doing a wheelie. So that was, that's what you'd see at kind of like your little halftime show at the local drag races. On the back, it does say a little bit about some of the showstoppers in this series. We've got Bill Maverick Golden's 88 Little Red Wagon, the Thunder Wagon, Dodge Material Boss, Hydro Cure Ride Dodge. We have a Hemi Underglass model. We have the Harry Olds. We have the LA Dart. And we have the Hemi Express. So we are slowly checking cars off the list here. That's pretty cool. Yeah, look for these other cool models too. Well, I certainly will. Very, very cool stuff from old Johnny Lightning. Again, like I said, these guys are pretty old, but you can still find them. I believe I found this one in a comic book store, actually, if you can believe it. Very, very cool. So we'll get that one parked up. And it does have its wheelie stand in, so you can see it sitting up over there. All right, so next up we've got our 1927 T Roadster. Wow, what a cool model this is. And a lot of really great detail on there. You can see the ends of the headers are painted black. The front wheels are little spoked wheels. Those tires are actually rubber tires on there. They're not just plastic painted. This model does have rubber tires all the way around, which is very, very cool to see. Very, very good looking car. I absolutely love this thing. Love those flames on the side. Very, very big shifter in there. Nice, I forget what you call that, but yeah, just a gigantic shift knob or shifter lever, whatever you want to call it. Steering wheel kind of looks like it's out of a bus, but you know, it's like completely level. Very, very cool car. Is there... It seems as though this front grille, there seems to be a little bit of an alignment issue with that. It's kind of tilting forward on me there a bit. But, I mean, no big deal. Very, very cool looking car. Unfortunately, we don't really have any facts about this car on the package. That's not even a 27 Roadster on there. On the back, however, we do have, it says, in 1997, we brought you 10 of America's favorite hot rods, crazy cars with chop tops, drop backs, and illustrious paint jobs. From the Boomongous to the Rumbler, we made a point to replicate only the best rods for your collection. We are now introducing 6 famous Fords with the 20s and 30s replicas of real street rods. With custom paint jobs, hot rod chrome rims, and tampos that are out of this world, these beauties are bound to be a hit. Well, I can't argue with that. Sliding off the lift. Yeah, really sweet looking car. I absolutely love this thing. I'm not really sure what motor that is. It looks like a big block, judging by the space between the headers there. I know usually with old Fords, the only way to get an old Ford down the road is with a Chevy engine. So I assume it's probably a Chevy big block under where the hood used to be on this car. Very, very cool stuff. So let's go ahead and we'll keep this one on standby. We'll take a look at all 3 of our hot rods together in just a moment. Move those back a little bit. Let's open up the 1923 T-Bucket. This is another very, very cool one. All right, so here we have our 23 T-Bucket. First thing that stands out to me really cool. This one's got a blower on it. As you can see, if you look very closely, you've got your blower and blower belt on there, as opposed to this one, which does not have a supercharger. So I imagine this thing could probably roast the tires for an entire quarter mile. Very, very cool looking car. Unfortunately, the T-Buckets that we built when I was in school were not supercharged. Little something going on with this rear axle here. It is a little bent, but that's all right. It just has to sit on the shelf. Yeah, the T-Buckets that we built in school were not supercharged, but it was still a very fun experience. You basically started with a just an empty T-Bucket, no engine. I think they still had transmissions in them. I think we just had to plop the motor in and bolt it up to the transmission. But basically, what the class was you would put everybody got the same 350 small block. Same cam, same heads, same headers, same intake manifold. And you would put the motor together, put it in the T-Bucket, run it on the dyno, see what it made. And then you got to take that motor, take it apart, change the cam. You had a couple different cams to choose from, a couple different length headers, different heads to choose from. I think there was like 3 of each. And you would just experiment and try different things and see what it made on the dyno. And then for the for the final exam, you would put a motor together, a nitrous motor together, and run a shot of nitrous through it. And our car made about 400 horsepower on the dyno, which I could imagine on the streets would be like literally terrifying in a car that weighs as much as something like this. You know, a car as bare bones as this, 400 horsepower sounds absolutely terrifying, which would be, you know, a ton of fun. Yeah, as you can see, that's rear axle is definitely not super happy about life right now. But again, quite all right. It just has to sit on a shelf, so. Very cool looking car, though. I like that dark purple paint job. Our car was the breast cancer awareness. It was pink with little pink ribbons on it. And that little pink car stomped everybody out. That thing made some power. So very cool stuff with that one. We'll go ahead and park that next to his T Roadster friend here. And we'll go ahead and get ready to open up our 32 Highboy. This is another really, really cool looking model. I absolutely love these hot rods. All right, look at this thing. This one's probably my favorite so far. I absolutely love the blue with the orange and yellow flames. I love that color combination. Really, really cool looking car. If it was up to me, I'd probably take the fenders off just because I love the way these things look without the fenders. You know, fenders and hood would go. Very, very cool though. So this would be a convertible, I guess. The hard tops look really cool as well. I do have a couple of early 30s Fords. I'd have to dig them up. But yeah, another very cool hot rod to the collection. I absolutely love this thing. Very cool stuff. I'm bumping the tea bucket back there. So we haven't really looked at the bases of any of these, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. And I'm starting to see there's some blue paint on that bumper there. Huh. Let's see, 2000 Playing Mantis. No year, make, or model. 2000 Playing Mantis. And I'm going to go ahead and guess, yeah. So no year, make, or model listed on the bottom of these cars, but again, you know, usually the older Johnny Lightning stuff does list a year, make, and model on the base, so that's kind of surprising to see, but either way. And they're usually, you know, they don't usually have like blemishes like bent axles or mispainted bumpers out of the box, so I'm not sure what's going on with that. But either way, I guess I should stop complaining. Go ahead and, yeah, again, these are pretty much all the same card here. They don't have any picture of, you know, the actual car that they're based off. This is the collection here, though. The 23 T Bucket, 27 T Roadster, the 32 Highboy. So we have those three. And then we'll have to find the 33 Delivery, 34 Coupe, and 37 Coupe. Very, very cool. Yeah, I'll keep my eye out for those. Go ahead and tuck that card away. One more good look at this. Can we zoom in a little bit on this paint job? Yeah, very, very cool looking. You can actually almost see a little bit of the where the decal, if you look at the fender there, you can almost see the grain of the decal. Although I'm not sure that's going to show up after YouTube compresses the quality of this video. So we'll go ahead and get those parked, move them a little bit out of the way. And we'll go ahead and open up our two 1933 Willys gassers. All right, so here we have our 33, as they're called by Johnny Lightning. So this is the 33, and this is the All-American Willys. And I do have my 41 Willys out over here just for fun. So we'll pull the just the 33 over. So this is owned by Terry Langdon Davies. Very, very cool looking car. I absolutely love the paint job on this thing. Again, blue, this time with pink flames. Very, very eye-catchy. Very cool looking car. Absolutely love this thing. So, as we mentioned, these are gassers. So, basically a, you know, pump gas dragster. We do have a parachute on there as well. On the card here, you can see There's a few minor differences, again, with the hood scoop being a little different on this one, and the overall height of the windows and shape of the windows is a little different, I guess you could say. But again, it's based off of, so this is based off of that car. It's not a perfect replica. And then we'll take a look real quick at our All-American Willys here. I imagine this is also a 1933. Go ahead, stay on the lift. It's really funny. It's got a little Chevy badge on there, so I imagine there's a Chevy engine in there, probably a big block. But no opening hoods on these guys, so unfortunately we'll never know. There you go, All-American Willys. We do have the same wheels on both of these cars. You can see that one in the back there, and then if we focus on the one in the front. So let's see. Go ahead and read off the back of the card here. It's the same card for both cars. As you can see, this is the series here. There is a 1941 Willys in this release for these two cars, but it is not the one that I have. This is from I believe, a later release. But we have a 41 from J.C. Hudgens, a 41 from Junior Thompson, Rockerhead from Don Montgomery, and then there's our 33, Terry Langdon Davies, Ken Cull's Hillbro's Red Baron, and Bob Grimm's All-American. So we have the 33 and the All-American here today. Also on the back here, let's see, what does it say about our Willys? It says, at Johnny Lightning, we've covered a wide selection of vehicles over the years. Neglected far too long in the diecast industry are the great Willys Gasters of yesterday and today. Our Willys range from the early 60s, which saw the original supercharged gas coupes created by the true pioneers in this class, up to today's modern Willys running in the AA gasser classes. No matter what era, these men and women all have an attribute in common: a love for Willys gassers that's in their blood. Watch for America's greatest Willys, past and present. I was like struggling to read that. I kept reading it through the camera and then trying to read it on the actual card. But very cool stuff. So there are our two new Willys gassers. I'll go ahead and put these cards up on the wall for them. And we will go ahead and get, what do we have today? 6. So we've got 6 new cars. We'll go ahead and get those into the parking garage. So bear with me a second here. All right, guys. So this is our 32. It was a 32, right? Yeah. 32 Ford High Body from the left here. The 23 T-Bucket with its broken axle. The 1927, right? 27 T Roadster. And then, of course, still on his wheelie stand, we have the Dodge Thunder Wagon. Scoot down, please. Very, very cool stuff. I'm not sure where I'm going to put this. I want to put it with the Hemi Express somewhere. But, very cool stuff. So that is our hot rods and our showstopper. We'll go ahead and, what should we switch out? Let's pull these two out here. And there we have our All-American Willys and our 33 Willys. Our two new Willys gassers. Very cool stuff today. A lot of old school stuff from Johnny Lightning. There's a lot of hot rods and old dragsters and things of that nature. But here, let's see if we can get let's scoot that back a little bit. Move those into frame there. Ooh, careful. So that is our 6 new cars for today's video. I'm going to go ahead and probably find a new home for some stuff in the new display case as well. Oh, before I forget, the display case. It also came with this guy here. This little Hot Wheels. It's a Mercedes-Benz. This is the, what is it, the 190 Evolution 2. It's a Mercedes-Benz rally car. It's an interesting car. It's a Hot Wheels premium as well. So it's got, all metal base, rubber tires, nice wheels on it, a lot of detail. Really good looking car. And it makes me wish that I almost liked some European stuff, because Hot Wheels Premium does have a really nice lineup of European and Japanese cars. Just like really nice looking castings. So I guess this will just probably live on the desk with me for a little while. But anyway, that is going to do it for today's video, guys. So make sure you leave a like, leave a comment. Let me know which car you like the best. And go ahead and hit the subscribe button for me as well, guys. Let me know that you're watching and enjoying and whatnot. And I will see you in the next video.